What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So glad to be here. School has finally started for some of the schools here in Arkansas, which for me, that means I get my weekends back. Things are going to slow down a little bit, which means I can get out on the range more as well as get some fishing videos. So y'all be ready for those because I'm about to start pumping out some good fishing videos. Hopefully I can get some good fish catches on video for you guys and actually put these lures to work so that way you guys can see how they work, how to work them, and hopefully trigger some bites. Before I go on any further, first of all, big shout out to Monsterbass. I've been a proud member of Monsterbass, ambassador for them, and they have been one of my sponsors from the get-go, from day one. Another one of my sponsors, the very first sponsor that I had on this channel, and that was my SixGill rod and reels. I've been super pleased with those things, like I said, since day one. So no complaints there. So huge shout out to SixGill Fishing and Monsterbass. And that takes me into what today's video is. August Monsterbass. August in Arkansas is what we call those dog days of summer. It's hot. Sometimes we go days and weeks with no rain, so it's a drought and it's just hot and miserable. So I'm pretty sure, as you guys can see, I've got my bag right here and this thing has not been opened at all. So I'm hoping to see some good summertime baits that are fun to fish with, but will also get you a lot of strikes. So I'm gonna rip into this thing and we're gonna take a peek at this. All right. Okay, so as always in your Monsterbass, you get a ticket. This ticket on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Monsterbass does a live video on YouTube. If you get on there and you've ordered your let's see here, if you've ordered your bag, and it's every Thursday, so whenever your bag comes in, I would say that Thursday you need to be watching the Monsterbass live on YouTube, and hopefully they call your number and you can win some awesome gifts. You get your booklet with all of your information in here and helpful tips, as well as your Monsterbass stickers. I'm going to start calling this one of the OGs because I've gotten this one in quite a few of them. And I'm looking around in my shop here, and I don't see this one. So this one is a new sticker. Pretty cool. You just got a rat sitting in the boat doing some fishing, but still cool stickers to get. And then we've got some awesome baits in here. So I'm gonna take a look in this book, see what we got. So turn my deal on there with my camera, and we're gonna go on and pan down to the table here. All right, so as I look in the book here, okay, this month's product testing, so we're going to start with that one, the bait for product testing. What we have here is looks like another Monsterbass crankbait, but right now it is a Headbanger 6. It's a 2.25 inch crankbait. The weight is 7/16 of an ounce, and it dives down to 6 feet. So I would still list this one in that shallow water crankbait. So I do have a SixGill crankbait rod. It's actually called cranking, and I have one set up for deep diving and one for shallow. So that thing right there. So this has a chartreuse belly. I hate that my light creates such a glare. Guys, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna kill my light real quick and see if this. Okay, so it's got this chartreuse belly right here, but then it has this black on top, and that's a pretty unique looking color, I would say. But small little square bill. It's not completely square, but nice shallow running crankbait. The color for this, they call it splatter shad, because again, that yellow on that body is a nice shad color. But I would probably throw this 10-pound fluorocarbon line. I usually buy the Berkeley Trilene fluorocarbon, but whatever line you choose, I probably wouldn't go no lower than a 10-pound test on that. But make sure you got a good rod to throw that on. I'm trying to see if it has a suggestion on the rod, but I'm not seeing it. Make sure you got a good reel, because the thing with crankbaits, if you got a fast reel, you're going to be burning that thing. You're going to wear yourself out. I took some of the advice from some of the old school fishermen. My crankbait and my spinnerbait, I got the 5-to-1 gear ratio bait casting reel from SixGill Fishing, and it seems to work out really good. I'm not fatiguing myself trying to burn the crankbait or the spinnerbaits. That gear ratio is slow enough to where even I'm at my moderate speed of a reel retrieve, then the bait is still moving plenty fast. Plus, I'm not moving that bait through the water so fast that I'm taking it away from the fish before they've had a chance to even get a chance to see it. So, moving on. So, we got something about surface strikes. So, let me see. Okay. So, in here we have this bait here. This is the Hendricks Fishing Company. It's called the Voodoo Pop 80. Half an ounce is the size. Nothing on, well, no. Okay, nothing on the color as far as like what they classify this color. But, okay, that's pretty cool. But as you can see, it's got that golden color on the top, on the all around it, and then on the top there, it's got that black. So I would probably say something like a golden shiner. But as you can see, it has that concave mouth. This is almost like your popper, your traditional popping style baits, only it doesn't have the feathered tail at the back. But again, a good 6.6 rod. Probably throw this, depending on where you're fishing. If you're fishing it around some laydowns and stuff, maybe some standing timber, I would go fluorocarbon. If you're throwing this along a grass edge, I would probably throw it with braid. Maybe 30, 40-pound braid. I would probably go 12-pound test line fluorocarbon if you're fishing it around that standing timber. But again, you want you a nice small rod. Height dependent is what I'm going to say. If you're a short guy, I wouldn't get out there with a 7-foot rod and you're trying to work that lure with that downward twitching motion. Go with a 6. If you're a fairly tall guy, if you're a big 7'1", 7'2" guy, you could probably get away with throwing that type of lure on a 7-foot rod because you've got that height to work that lure in that downward motion without hitting the water or your boat. So rod size, height dependent on the angler, but you want something that's going to be small enough so when you make those twitches down, then you're not hitting the boat or the water. And again, with that mouth, I wouldn't go as fast as your topwater walking baits because you want that bait to be able to grab that water and spit. So nice cadence with your twitches, so that way you're not working it so fast, but you're giving it time to burp and throw that water. See what else I got in the book. Calendar. Master in the pot. Okay, so let's see here. Do we got a frog in here? We don't. Okay, so what I got here is lures called Three Brothers Baits. This is a bait company out of Sanford, Kentucky. They're called Gilly Grubs, 3.8 in size, black and blue. So you could probably fish this as a standalone bait, as a flipping bait, or you could use this as a jig trailer. There's no eyes on these, on the bait here at the head, so it really doesn't matter which way you rig it up, either way. I don't think it'll be good. You might be able to, if you rig it straight up and down like this and fish it as like a swim bait, but most likely this would work really good as a good flipping bait or as a jig trailer, which will then come in handy because we also get this Dobbins or quarter ounce football jig. So this color is root beer and green, or I'm sorry, root beer and green pumpkin crawl. So you could take this and pair this with this. Now I would say this plastic here, that's going to give you a much bigger profile, and then with that, the skirt flaring out, make a good crawl imitating bait right there. As well as, now I don't know how well this would work, it's got these Tungsten, First Contact Tungsten. This is a veteran owned company, so First Contact Tungsten, we appreciate you. As a vet myself, I love to see vets get out and fish and stuff like that. Enjoy the freedoms that we helped preserve here in the country. The color here, there's no color. It's a tungsten propeller jig, 2-piece, a 1/0 mustad hook, and it comes in at 1/16 of an ounce. So you could probably put this on here and then work those propellers. I'll have to try that, and then I'll let you guys know how that would work out. But there's 3 items right there. The tungsten hooks, and those are very small hooks, so probably more of a finesse fishing deal with those. But then you have the Dobbins jig and the trailer right there. Speaking of trailers, Yamamoto Baits, bruised shin. But these are, oh yeah, so here you have a cross style bait again. On this side it's black, and then on this side it's blue. Make sure you pull your appendages off right here so you get all that action. But this would also make a good jig trailer, as well as, and not just jig, guys. When I say jig, jig trailers, chatterbaits, swim jigs, all of those stuff. When I say a jig trailer, any kind of lure that you can add a trailer to, this would work good. You could probably even put this on the Strike King Skipping Buzz and work this. But this would also make a good standalone flipping bait as well. I love putting baits like this when I fish my Texas rig, because you can flip it up shallow and work it that way, or you can cast it out somewhere deep, make a long cast, and then do a slow retrieve back to the boat. And then last but not least, we have the Monsterbass Who's Your Daddy spinnerbait. It's 3/8 in size. That white and chartreuse are already a shad color. You have an Indiana blade and a Colorado blade. So I would throw this in some stained to muddy water, and with those with that Colorado and Indiana blade, that's just a nice slow rolling. That blade is going to give off a lot of thump. Those fish are going to be able to feel that vibration. I would say any shad color or shad pattern swim bait as a trailer on here. That could either be a straight tail swim bait, the boot tail swim bait, anything like that would probably make a great trailer on here. I would also say if you don't put a trailer, I would recommend putting a trailer hook in case those fish are just nipping at it and they're just barely getting the end of the skirt. Then with that trailer hook, you'll still be able to get them hooked up. So that is all the lures that came in the August Monsterbass bag. As always, you get the bag that you can reuse, use it for other baits, so they're not, so you just don't have baits scattered all over your boat. You can use these to pack a few bags in and then go out to a local pond or something that you're going to walk around. That way you're not carrying a whole bunch of stuff in a really big tackle box. But a lot of good baits to use. Like I said, guys, hopefully, I'm going to pan up real quick. So, hopefully, guys, I will be able to get out pretty soon and put these baits to work and try to get those things, see them in action, and get some good fish catches for you guys. I hate the last time I went fishing, me and my brother, we went and fished a tournament. We did really good. I did a video talking about it. I didn't take any of my camera gear with me that day, so I didn't get any of it on video. But man, we had a blast. We caught a full limit. Out of all the tournaments that I've fished, that was the first time I've caught a full limit, so I was super excited about that. And then we ended up taking home 3rd place. So I was super excited. Got 3rd place. I actually caught a full limit, and we had fun. So I'm hoping to get back out there and repeat some of that stuff. Only this time I hope to get it on camera for you guys. So that's all I got. Again, be looking out for my fishing videos when I'm actually on the water, as well as me getting out on the range and doing some shooting there. So that's all I got. Thank you guys for tuning in, and hope you guys be safe out there, and I hope to see you in the great outdoors.